Hey, it's Jennifer Sparks. We're heading to Tampa, Florida. We're going to be going on a cruise. I'm traveling with my husband, Kelly, and we're going to be sailing the new Margaritaville ship. Printed my luggage tags ahead of time, used a little duct tape to hold those together. I also printed out my boarding passes as well as the confirmation. You could also access the boarding passes from your phone. As you could tell, we're having extremely wonderful cruising weather. Yeah, that was a little bit sarcastic. The weather was a little spotty during our drive to the cruise from Orlando. This is our first time sailing with Margaritaville at sea. I'm really excited. We're going to be going on the Islander. It is January 2025 and I received really good rates. This is the first of 9 videos I'm going to be creating about my sailing on the ship. I'm going to create a video about each of the days as well as a video about the casino and all the food that we ate on this cruise. I'm also going to be creating a video about the cabin we stayed in, the breezy balcony. Getting there and parking was so simple. The parking lot we chose to park in was a little farther than where the port was, but it was very cheap. It was $36 for our entire duration. Our cruise was a 5-night cruise, so I paid for 6 days. Okay, now for our walk over in the rain. It was a little bit better when we were walking. Still very wet. To make this easier, we could have dropped off our luggage first. I didn't really know any of this at the time. This is my first time coming to this port. We booked this cruise on a whim. Honestly, I was looking at a carnival ship, and I just couldn't find anything that worked out seamlessly where I could check out of my resort and then go right to the ship. There was like a couple days in between. So this itinerary was perfect, and I never sailed the ship before. I'm really excited to check it out. As you can see, there is parking that is much closer. It's just going to be more expensive. Our walk to the ship was about 10 minutes. I accidentally left my printed boarding passes in the car, but I did have them on my phone. My bad. I should have put them in my pocketbook, but with all the commotion of the parking meter and the rain, it was an accident. But it worked out fine. It was so easy. I'm used to like Manhattan, where everything is so difficult and there's always problems. This was a breeze. Once you get past security, it feels like you're on vacation. At this point, you're going to stand in line to speak to a Margaritaville at sea representative. This is when you're going to get the keys to your cabin. They will also take your photo for face recognition. Important fact, no food or beverages are allowed. I saw a lot of drinks and wine bottles being confiscated. Some lines, including Carnival, I know of because I do it myself, allow you to bring 1 bottle of wine per person, but not Margaritaville at the sea. While you're in line, you could watch things you can do in Tampa in case you have some extra time after you get off your cruise. Tampa is obviously the closest airport, but there is also Lakeland and Orlando that aren't too far away. Still a little wet and cold, but we're excited. The staff was very friendly and everything went along very easily. Now it's time to board our cruise. Come join us. In this 17-minute video today, I'm going to be sharing with you what we did that day. This is not going to be a whole cruise tour. This is just going to be what our experience was like. You're going to see our cabin. We're going to go to dinner. I'm going to show you the decks. We're going to have a good time. So I hope you stay with me. And if you enjoy this video and find it helpful and you want to see more of my videos like this, I'll leave a playlist at the end of this video of all the other videos I create about the Margaritaville at sea. Our days at sea, our trip to Cozumel. The ship offers 13 different itineraries from 4 to 7 nights. This itinerary is scheduled to go to Cozumel and Progreso and spend 2 days at sea. We opted to use porters for our luggage. Kelly only had a backpack and I only had my purse. That is totally a preference. I have tried both and I prefer using the porters. There is no fee. You just leave a tip. It's customary to leave at least $2 a bag. I gave him $10 for the 2 bags. Walking in, you're going to walk right into the atrium. A lot of wow factor here. They give you a time to arrive, so it really helps with the crowds. Most people head up to the buffet, but we're going to go check out our room first, our cabin or stateroom. Our cruise cabin is in Changes of Attitude, deck number 5. This is a tour of the breezy balcony. This room was 5254. It was assigned to me when I booked the cruise. Walking in, immediately I was very impressed. This is my first time ever having a balcony. I do want to say that, but I was really impressed with the light in here. It has lights on the ceiling. The room was very bright walking in. Had a very large TV. The room was very long. I will be creating a separate video about this stateroom coming up soon. I'm really excited. This did not cost me much more than having an inside stateroom. Kelly is really happy. We're just really digging this. Love that we had a couch and extra space. The bed was probably a queen. I believe it was 2 twins that were pushed together. The bathroom was small and typical of other bathrooms that I've been on in Carnival. It looked very similar. This used to be a Costa cruise line. It is 25 years old, this ship. Now let's go check out the balcony. We are currently still docked in Tampa. It's chilly and kind of miserable out today, but I'm hoping once we get into the Caribbean waters, we'll be able to enjoy it out here. Florida is getting some really cold temperatures. It even snowed in Florida while we were away. It is a regular door that closes, not a slider. There are 2 chairs and a small table. For an additional price, they do have staterooms with an extended balcony. They do have a TV with limited channels. Most of the programming is channels about the ship. There is a small vanity you could use for makeup or a desk. There is a couch that does not open up into a bed. The bed, pillow, and sheets were comfortable, not amazing, but not bad. The bed itself was a little hard for me, but if you like hard beds, you will probably love it. We used the blow dryer to dry off our clothes. There was a small fridge that we never even used. We never bought food or drinks back to our room. There is water for a price. It's $4.95 for a large bottle. There is also room service for a fee. Room service is a good option if you want something late. They do not have any midnight buffets or anything like that on this cruise. The food stops pretty early except for the pizza place. There are 3 closets, one with life preservers and a safe and a small bar. There are no hangers in this closet. You're able to move this shelf if you push it up, if you want to use it for shirts or something, but you need to bring your own hangers. We used it for storage for our luggage. There are 2 other full closets, but not many hangers. I believe there were 6 in each one. So if you have a lot of dresses or suits, I would definitely bring some hangers of your own. But quite honestly, in my humble opinion, I don't think fancy dresses and suits are required on this cruise. It was very casual. Probably one of the most casual cruises I have personally ever been on. Lots of places to put your stuff. You do have a cabin steward, stateroom host, whatever you want to call them, that comes and attends to your room every day. We had Dee, who was wonderful. He was just like a ray of sunshine. Margaritaville at Sea has done an outstanding job hiring and training their staff. Everybody was exceptionally friendly. I realize this video so far has been disgustingly happy and positive. I do not work for Margaritaville. I did not get anything for free. I'm just someone that is sharing my experience, and everything was great. I have nothing bad to report, except for the heat in the room. We did have a problem with the heat, which seems to be an ongoing problem for a lot of people. Probably wouldn't have been a problem if it wasn't cold outside, but it was chilly, and we did not receive any heat. Our stateroom attendant did give us another blanket, though. I heard of other people having this problem and having engineers come to the room, but we personally just didn't want to go through that. We're like, you know what, we'll just suck it up. It's going to be warm tomorrow, and that's what we did. Our luggage hasn't arrived yet. It could take a couple hours to get it. They're going to be having a drill later. We're going to have to go to the muster station. They're going to talk about safety and what to do in an event of an emergency. That's a little bit later. So we're going to go up and we're going to go to the buffet and we're going to go grab some lunch. And we're pretty hungry at this point. We haven't had anything to eat today, so we're going to start right away with the desserts. What do you start with when you go on a cruise? For those of you that are new to cruising, this is a huge part of going on a cruise, is all the dining options. The desserts and pastries on this cruise were so good.
Yeah, and that cream is amazing. That one's like a Jell-O, the pink one.
I'm guessing because of the nuts.
Oh, probably.
That's my
Carrot
guess.
cake. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Because there's a little carrot on top.
That could be.
Yeah.
Next we went to Frank and Lola's for pizza. The pizza runs almost all day and all night, and I gotta say, it was really good. And I'm from Connecticut, which is known for the very good pizza. There were 5 different types of pizza that just come out randomly. Oh, let's go explore the ship. This is so much fun. Some people like to go on the same ship over and over and over. I love going on a new ship and go exploring. This ship wasn't very big. It wasn't very small. You know, you started to see the same people over and over. Some ships are like going to sports stadiums. They're so large. This one's felt a little bit more intimate. And on day 1, because of the weather, we did not have a problem finding any seating. We honestly didn't sit anywhere. We just walked around. No one's in the hot tubs yet, but they did get used quite a bit during our cruise. Here's a look at some of the cocktails. They do have cocktail packages if you're planning on drinking a lot, which could be a very good value for you. They do have, for an extra charge, day beds and separate sitting areas that could be yours for the day. They do not have a Serenity here like Carnival has. That was one thing I was missing. They do have an adult-only section, but it just has loungers. It does not have day beds or clamshells or any kind of separate exclusive sitting areas. We'll go over more of that later. This is one of the family pools. This pool has a retractable roof in case of bad weather. I was surprised they didn't have it on this day. There is another cruise ship. Is that Royal Caribbean, Celebrity? I'm not sure. This is just an observation, but this reminded me a lot of a smaller version, though, of the Carnival Venezia, the layouts of the pools and the dining rooms. The Carnival Venezia was also once a Costa cruise line, so it could be similar. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if that's fact. It just seems to be my observation. And speaking of Carnival Cruise Line, they have a lot of the same features. They have hamburgers, pizza, Mexican. It's very similar. Don't miss the hamburgers here. They are really good. Cheeseburgers in paradise. Returning to our stateroom, we found our luggage at our door, as well as an activity list. There is no app with activities like other cruise lines. Gonna rest and get ready for the drill. This is the cruise director, ZJ, with some helpful advice that every cruiser should know.
In the event of fire and during drills, fire screen doors may close that block your route around the ship. Although these doors are heavy, they may be opened but will automatically close behind you. There are alternate routes from your cabin and in all guest spaces. In case of smoke, low-level lighting system will be activated in the corridors and stairways. This is activated to guide you. The system is switched on at the moment of this drill and will remain on for its duration. In case of emergency, guests are requested not to use the elevators as power failure may result in you becoming trapped. Guests who may need special assistance in emergency are requested to make your cabin steward and reception aware so special arrangements can be made. Now please pay close attention to the crew in front of you as they demonstrate the correct wearing of your life jacket.
We eventually made it down there. We were a little late, but I really wanted to get that video for you guys to see. It's really important information. God forbid there should be some sort of, crisis that happens. We had a really rough day at sea. I'll be showing you that on another video coming up. No evacuation needed, thank God. This is a look at one of the dining rooms. There are two. We'll be going to dinner soon, but we're going to be going back upstairs and watch the sail away from Tampa. On the Margaritaville at sea, at this current time, there are no dining choices of times. You just show up and they seat you. All tables are separate. You do not dine with other guests. Every dining experience is different. There's that loud horn, and away we go. There was not a sail away party this day. They did have parties during the week, mostly when we sailed away from Cozumel. That's when things really heated up over here. Is it Cozumel, Cozumel? I don't know. Everybody says that differently. What a cool place to visit. I hope you stick around and watch my video of that coming up soon. Here is a look at what it looks like leaving Tampa from all different angles. Coming up, I'm going to be taking you to dinner and showing you more of the ship. Everybody experiences their cruise journey differently. Years ago, when we would cruise, we would be down at the bar, meeting other guests, getting hammered before dinner. Now we're a little older, we walk around the ship, but others use the time to read or go to planned activities or the spa. One thing everybody is interested in, though, is just to get on the water and away from the land. Cruising is not going to be for everyone, but the people that love it, love it. If you know, you know. Have you cruised before? Are you a first-time cruiser? Or are you a seasoned cruiser? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. If you are still watching my tour, thank you very much. You are a total rock star, and I really appreciate you. Creating videos and being a travel vlogger was something I thought only other people could do. I couldn't do that. I was stuck and insecure. I didn't know how to do any of this, but I learned, and I keep trying. And if nothing else, I'm creating wonderful memories. Hey, Kelly, is it ice cream time? You can find ice cream by Cheeseburger in Paradise. One thing that is different here is they have someone that serves it for you. It's actually a great idea. It was very fast and very clean. I could always get Kelly on a cruise if I bribe him with the ice cream. Now we're back at our stateroom, cabin, whatever you want to call it, checking out the balcony while we're at sea. It's currently about 4:30 in the afternoon. Open seating dining starts at 5:30. Here's a look at the Bubbles Up Lounge, which is located right across from the dining room. You can find a piano set, Bubbles Up. Right across from that is the Islander dining room, and that is where we're going to dine tonight. A host will ask you your room number, and then they will seat you. If you arrive very early, you could probably get a window seat. Where they sat us, we were able to look down and say hello to everybody dining in the Finn's dining room. This is a look at day one dining at the Islander dining room. From what I hear, you could order whatever you want, but if you want 2 entrees, there's going to be an upcharge. There is also an upcharge for these particular items. We started with the Cuban croquettes and the baked potato soup. There is also a steakhouse on the ship for an additional fee. For my entree, I ordered the Mediterranean eggplant with couscous. It was really good and very colorful. My husband ordered the pork tenderloin. I felt like the portions were very large for the headliner. This is the pina colada lush, and my husband ordered the cappuccino chocolate icebox pie. Back to our stateroom to rest, and we still have no heat. We also felt running a hot shower definitely helped too. There was one evening show, not 2, and it started at 9:30. The show the first night was a variety show, and the showroom is 3 decks high. Well, that's pretty much it. That's a summary of our first day at sea at Margaritaville at the Sea, the Islander. I have so much information to share, but I can't do it all in one video. So if you like this video and you want to hear more, please consider subscribing to my channel. I love to travel and I could talk about it all day long. If you have any comments or questions for me, please leave them in the comments below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Kelly and I would like to thank you for joining us on our tour of the Islander. Click on one of these playlists to see more of my videos about cruising. I hope that my videos could help you decide whether cruising would be a right fit for you. Always remember to be well to yourself and kind to others. Safe travels to you.